Hello and welcome back to Capping Corner. I wanted to talk about the San Vicente Stakes on Saturday at Santa Anita Park. Now, I wanted to talk about two Bob Baffert trained horses in particular. One of them is the 4 to 5 favorite Muth, and the other one is Pilot Commander, who is 5 to 2 on the morning line. There's no doubt that Muth holds the class advantage. He exits the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, and he ran second in that race, and he won the American Pharoah Stakes back in October, and that's a Grade 1. But I don't think he's invincible or anything, and he does come off a layoff. And Pilot Commander is no slouch. Pilot Commander, he only has one maiden win back in November at Del Mar. We'll watch it together. Now, Pilot Commander is on the lead, but once I hit the play button, there's a horse on the inside who's going to come up and try to challenge Pilot Commander. And it even looks like the horse on the rail briefly takes the lead from Pilot Commander, but Pilot Commander is just waiting to fight back, and he takes the lead right here on the turn. Pilot Commander puts away his early pace challenger on the turn. Now he has to face his stablemate, Imagination, who's rolling up on the outside. That's Imagination right there. And he's also trained by Bob Baffert. And considering that Pilot Commander had to face that early pace challenger that's fading right there, he should have been softened up enough for Imagination to catch him. Pilot Commander had to face an early pace challenge from the number two horse. EJ won the cup. And then once he put EJ won the cup away on the turn, he had to face his own stablemate, Imagination, on the outside. And Imagination had a perfect trip right behind the two speed horses. And the fact that Pilot Commander puts EJ1 the cup away and he holds off his own stablemate, Imagination, is impressive. He did two things there. It's not a fast speed figure, and you can see here that he's running on his wrong lead, but I just chalked that up to inexperience. I think that Pilot Commander ran a great race, and I think there was a lot more there. Now, Pilot Commander stretches out in the San Vicente Stakes to 7 furlongs. I think that's no problem. I'm just going to take him because he's a higher price. Now, if he were the favorite, I would not like Pilot Commander, but he's not going to be the favorite. The public is going to favor his stablemate Muth because they're going to see the Breeders' Cup running line. And generally, when people see the Breeders' Cup running line, no matter where they finish, they tend to overrate those horses. Muth ran second in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, so he's really going to attract attention, even though he lost by 6 lengths. I think the public will forgive the margin of loss, and they'll be more than happy to bet him at 4 to 5. I see nothing wrong with Muth in general. I think he's a good horse, but if we're trying to make money in this race, I think Pilot Commander deserves a chance. Now, another thing to note about Pilot Commander is that he's been training well, and if you look up his races on XBTV, you can watch his workouts, and in particular, watch his December 4 workout with Winstock. In that workout, Pilot Commander is easily keeping up with Winstock, and he has no problem staying on him out of the gate and early in the work and into the stretch. Pilot Commander is basically touring with Winstock throughout the work, and Winstock went on to win the Los Alamitos Futurity. Also, watch Pilot Commander's work with Muth. They worked together on December 26th, and they were about even throughout the work. I don't want to say one was better than the other. I think they were right there together. And if both horse has the same ability, and one is 4 to 5 and one is 5 to 2, you would want the one that's 5 to 2. Now, it's not completely proven that Pilot Commander is as good as Muth. I only watched the workouts, and I'm only basing this on potential based on what I saw in Pilot Commander's maiden win. But again, they're different prices. I think Pilot Commander will hold at 5 to 2. I think that Muth will stay at 4 to 5 or even go lower. And so my choice is going to be Pilot Commander. For a value underneath, let's say Muth has a bad day and he can't even get second place. I think there's a shot that either Moonlit Sonata or Slider could get second. Now, Moonlit Sonata won his maiden race at Del Mar, and the figure is not remarkable, but he did close into a moderate pace, and I just think he's well bred, and he's trained by Tim Yakteen. I think if there's a fast pace up front, Moonlit Sonata could be right there. Also, I think that Slider is a good horse. I don't know how far Slider wants to go because trainer John Sadler has kept him at 5 furlongs and 5.5 furlongs. But Slider ran some fast races on dirt back in July and September. He was second to Heartland, who was a really good horse for the Bob Baffert barn, but we haven't heard from Heartland in a while. And the September race, where he broke his maiden, he won by 3 lengths in that race. So I don't know how far Slider wants to go, but if he can handle 7 furlongs, he could be a contender for the runner-up position, assuming that one of the Baffert horses fails to fire. I am hoping that Muth fails to fire. My final choice is Pilot Commander. I think he's gonna pull off. I wouldn't call it an upset because he's a second choice, but I think he can beat his stablemate Muth. He's a good horse. I don't think he's invincible. So for second place, I'll try to put Moonlit Sonata underneath and Slider, and hopefully one of them will get the second spot underneath Pilot Commander. And that's my exact wheel for the San Vicente. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.